Hi, hello, everyone. I am Dr. Visweswaraiah S, Assistant Professor of English, working in Government First Grade College, Kunigal, which is affiliated to Tumkur University. So, dear viewers, in this video, in this session, so my focus will be on Alexander Pope's Belinda's Toilet, extracted from the poem The Rape of the Lock. This also includes analysis of the poem. Okay, dear viewers, if I just say that Alexander Pope, was a very, interestingly, a famous writer of Augustan age, and even this is a mock epic of Alexander Pope. The Rape of the Lock is a mock epic which is going to say that, it is satirically written to show that how upper class of the time is highlighted. So Belinda's toilet is the dressing table scene in The Rape of the Lock. So, dear viewers, so this extract, Belinda's toilet portion, is very beautifully brought out, and you will come to know that its explanation and its analysis in this video. So, in this regard, this particular syllabus or this Rape of the Lock, Belinda's Toilet, is prescribed for Tumkur University UG students, second sem, who are studying in second semester BA optional English students. So, so please focus on this in detail. Okay. So, dear viewers, let me just take you to the presentation, like that is PPT. So you can just see some of the slides on the screen, so that you can able to understand better. Okay, so please. So yes, look at this. This is the the first slide, which shows that the topic Alexander Pope, Belinda's Toilet, The Rape of the Lock analysis. This is the topic. So let me move to the next slide. Here you just see that introduction to this poem. The Rape of the Lock is a mock epic parodying the Iliad in order to make fun of real argument that erupted in 18th century England. So, dear viewers, you have to just remember that in the early of 18th century, Alexander Pope became a famous due to his heroic couplets, and even writing such mock epics, and even writing such satirical writings. So this is very important that this particular Rape of the Lock is a mock epic parodying the Iliad in order to make fun of real argument that erupted in 18th century England. So between the two, so look at that, how I'll tell you that this Belinda's Toilet or The Rape of the Lock is written with the satire, or to say that indirectly to the upper class people. Look at that. It was that Lord Petrie taking a lock of Arabella Fermore's hair. See, this is what actually the background for this writing or this poetry. Look at that, Lord Petrie taking a lock, hair lock of Arabella of Armour's hair, that is called raping that lock. That is, how. Then this conflict between these two, Arabella and Petre, as is taken its root in this poem. Okay, the poem not only mocks the quarrel as ridiculous, it mocks the 18th century upper classes in general as weak and effete in comparison to the strength and heroism of ancient Greeks. Okay, so in such a background, this poetry is written. Okay, in this background, Rape of the Lock or the Belinda's toilet is should take into consideration. Right, dear viewers, we'll go to the background for this again. In the dressing table scene of Rape of the Lock, at the end of the Canto 1, lines starts from 121 to 148. So, in this particular lines is considered Belinda, the main character, has just awoken from the peaceful slumber and began her day. See, this is how the Belinda, when she starts her day with such a, how she, gets ready to attend a party like this. She slides out of bed and positions herself in front of her dressing table and mirror, modernly called as a vanity, to get ready for her day. Look at that, dressing table and mirror plays a very important role here in this poem. Standing before the mirror, Belinda watches herself be transformed from the pale-faced sleeping beauty to a vibrant and radiant young woman through the help of her cosmetics, her maid and sylphs. Okay, the poetic technique as employed by Pope in this scene lends credibility to the very beauty ritual he is describing. So here the beauty ritual is describing as given very much importance. Pope's attention to the seemingly simple act of putting on makeup conveys the authority of this sacred rite. So in this background, we are going to read out or we are going to read or understand Belinda's toilet. Right? Okay. Let me read out the poem first, and afterwards I'll just give some analysis about this. Okay. And now, unveiled, the toilet stands displayed, each silver vase in mystic order laid, first robed in white, and the nymphs intent adores with head uncovered the cosmetic powers. A heavenly image in the glass appears, to that she bends, to that her eyes she raves. Then the inferior priestess at her altar side, trembling, begins the sacred rites of pride. Unnumbered treasures ope at once, and here the various offerings of the world appear. From each she nicely culls with curious toil, and decks the goddess with the glittering spoil. This casket India's glowing gems unlocks, and all Arabia breathes from yonder box. The tortoise here and elephant unite, transformed to combs the speckled and the white. Here files of Pins extended their shining rows. Puffs, powders, patches, Bibles, billet dogs. Now awful beauty puts on all its arms. The fair each moment rises in her charms, repairs her smiles, awakens every grace, and calls forth all the wonders of her face. Sees by degrees a purer blush arise, and keener lighting quicken in her eyes. The busy selves surround their darling care. These set the head, and those divide the hair. Some fold the sleeve, whilst others plait the gown. And Betty's praised for labors not her own. Look at that, how beautifully this poem is brought out. And now look at that, how it starts with this, now unveiled. Look at that, unveiling means the curtain is opening. To open the curtain, unveil. The toilet stands means the dressing table stands. Display. Look at that, how the display is. Each silver was in a mystic order laid. See, all the that was silver was very costly. Silver was is put in order. First robed in white, and the nymphs intent adores, with the head uncovered and cosmetic powers. When the nymphs and all, this is very interesting to know that even the nymphs selves are surrounded by Belinda, and even they just looking after each and everything and making up and getting ready this Belinda. Look at that, how robed in white, robing the dress white, nymphs intent adores, with head uncovered the cosmetic powers. Look at that, how with the use of cosmetic, they have head uncovered, and in a heavenly image in the glass appears, when just after the makeup and everything is neatly put in order. So then before standing before the glass, that, so image in the glass appears, that heavenly image. See that, so that she bends to that her eyes she raises the inferior priestess. See, she's so she is like a priestess looking after all those makeup or the cosmetics in a very gently carrying that. And her altar side, trembling, begins the sacred rites of pride. Unnumbered treasures open at once. When it opens, that cosmetic box, if it is open, here various offerings of the world appear. We know that the cosmetics, each country has its own speciality of cosmetics to import or export, like that. So we see that here, from each nicely culls and curious toil. See, look at that, how neatly folded it and neatly packed and neatly done all those cosmetics in a box. The decks of the goddess with the glittering spoil. This casket, India's glowing gems, unlocks. When it opens, there are many glowing gems are there, which is from India. Very famous gems are unlocked there. And when it opens that box, all Arabian breathes from the yonder box. Look at the perfume which is from Arabia. And the tortoise here and elephant unite. Look at that, how the tortoise shell and the elephants, ivory made it transferred to combs. Look at that, how it is neatly speckled with the white. Very beautiful to just handle it or to take it to hand and just, the combs. And even here, files of pins, look at that, pins, filed, grand variety of pins, extended their shining rows, row wise. Look at that, it is not only that, there are, puffs are there, puff powders, like a patches, and even Bibles beside that. Billet box, many awful beauty put on all its arms. Look at how, each and every moment, the fair each moment rises in her charms. So Belinda, if it was, each cosmetics used, so her charms are getting rise. Awaken every grace, call forth all the wonders of her face. Sees by degrees a purer blush arise after the makeup, and if she gives a blush, and a keener lightnings quicken in her eyes. So okay, sparkle, like sparkle lightning quicken in her eyes. So look at the busy sylphs, look at the busy that like angels looking after each, surrounded their darling, caring each and every one. These set the head, one is setting the head, and another one is those divide the hair and plaiting it and looking after the hair, and some fold the sleeves, and even the plait gown. So really, and Betty, the beautiful, this lady praised for labors not her own. It is said that she didn't make up by her own. So sylphs and the nymphs, they have done such a wonderful bride, or made that wonderful makeup, and also to show her beauty here. Look at how. So look at that line-wise analysis here. You may just focus on some of the lines I've taken to just explain. The opening two lines of this: and now unveiled, the toilet stands displayed, each silver vase in mystic order laid, set the initial tone of mystery and anticipation through the use of inverted syntax. The words such as unveiled and mystic is used very beautifully. The overlaying tone of epic dignity causes the entire passage to read like gained hyperbole. Look at the Pope depicts this scene as something that happening to Belinda through cosmetic powers. Look at that, using cosmetic powers. Like as here, John Dryden, a song for Saint Cecilia's Day, he used their musical power of music. Look at that, cosmetic powers. Look at how beautifully, rather than something she is doing. Okay, so like this, participation in this event or exemplified by carefully situated personification in here files of pins extend their shining rows. Look at that, how it is exemplified by the situation of personification is given here. How the files, pins extended their shining rows. This effective imagery allows the reader to see the pins scrambling for lineup and eager to be Belinda's disposal. Pope simply lists a few of the items on Belinda's table or dressing table. In line, in 138, I already told, puffs are there, powders, patches, Bibles, billet, docs. Look at that, all the items which is there together with that. The sophisticated reader can see that how much lies right below the surface of this powerful line. So like that, most noticeably are the items Pope chooses to list out, as I told, puffs, powders. Look at how their order is there. Pope touches on the superficiality of beautiful women by putting the Bible right next to the love letters. Look at that, how these are all the references, biblical reference also in here. It is used here. A little bit deeper into the line reveals that Pope's use of plosive sounds to amplify the list quality, the repetition of meter, the three consecutive torches, gives the line one to emphatic rhythm, emphasizing the ritualistic importance of the listed items here. Okay, so like this, at the end of this particular Belinda's toilet, finally in the closing line, the Pope illuminates the underlying principle of the beauty ritual he has just described here. Look at that, how Pope writes here. And Betty's praised for labors not her own. See, look at that introduction of this praise at the end of this, ties in a subtle yet evident that parallel theme of the societal necessity of beauty. Okay, so the beautiful Belinda begins another day living up to the expectations of beauty as society shows its appreciation through praise. Okay, so like this, this particular Belinda's toilet of Alexander Pope made it very clear here that how interestingly this Belinda's toilet, dressing table scene of the Rape of the Lock explains that how that the beauty or the cosmetic powers makes wonders to change an ordinary woman to a very beautiful lady, and also it has given importance to that how sylphs and nymphs, they appeared to just decorate or to make up or to come and handle each and every cosmetic in a very gentle manner, and also giving importance to the beauty. Okay, so in such a way that this particular Rape of the Lock is mock epic to show that how Petri and of Ferrara, how that conflict. It was shown here that the upper classes use of these kind of to show that how upper classes they use all these things for their beautiful or to get ready for attending a birthday party of somebody or to attending the gatherings. So dear viewers, this is how Belinda's style it is very important, and also to know that this you have to understand in better by reading and getting word and line wise of Belinda's style. Kindly just read more and get information, and even for who are getting ready for the examinations, you may also have some important points to look at annotations of this, annotating some of the lines, and you have to identify them. So by this way, I hope that you got some information on Belinda's toilet rip of the lock. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, one and all, and may are listening to this video. Thank you. Kindly subscribe the channel and watch. Thank you so much.